2026 is not about guessing what the market will do. It's about understanding what 2025 has already told us and using it as a guide. I'm Heather O'Leary, your Colorado homegirl, and I share Denver lifestyle content and data-driven market updates. I meet with people just like you all the time who are in the planning process. So if that sounds like you, schedule with me through my Linktree and let's sit down and make a plan for you. Now, let's jump into what actually happened in the Denver real estate market in 2025. The headlines don't really always tell the full story, and they tend to be more dramatic and full of scare tactics. The truth about the market is slightly calmer and more stable than most people realize. Over the past few years, Denver has really settled into a new normal. It's not a boom, it's not a bust, it's steady appreciation. When you zoom out and look at the data, the patterns are clear. Despite all the noise, Denver home prices have actually been appreciating at 2 to 3% per year. If this trend continues, the average home price is projected to land around $700,000 by the end of 2026. Now, let's talk about what's been throwing people off. Prices are actually down dramatically, 9% from the mid-2025 peak of $742,000, which was the highest average home price Denver had ever seen. Prices came down, but context matters. Check this out. Before COVID, seasonal price swings from peak to trough were closer to 5%. Over the past few years, those swings have been larger, ranging from 7 to 13%. That doesn't mean the market is somehow broken. It's just reacting faster to changes in supply. More supply creates more options for buyers and therefore more room for negotiation. So let's talk about that supply inventory. Buyer activity is relatively normal, about 15% lower than the COVID boom, but still healthy even with higher interest rates. The bigger issue in 2025 was supply. Inventory climbed like crazy, and then the holidays hit. Active listings dropped to about 8,400 as roughly 3,500 sellers pulled their homes off the market. That's a lot, and that seasonal pullback matters. It's a large wave that came off the market, and if they come back on the market in the spring, that's where the pressure could really show up on prices. And that's why our average appreciation has been muted to that 2 to 3% the last few years, as opposed to those larger price appreciations we saw in the COVID years, or what we call a normal Denver appreciation of about 6%. Here's what feels steady right now. Median days on market are around 45. Average days are a little higher, about 66, which means a lot of homes are lingering on the market and taking time to sell. Still, homes are selling at roughly 99% of their current list price. Now, people might have had to make price reductions, but they're still getting sold. And buyers are making offers, although they're taking a little more time to do so. So what does that mean for you? This is a strategy market, not a panic market. You don't have to rush. If you're thinking about selling or buying or planning a move in 2026 or even later, timing, pricing, and positioning your home correctly matter more than ever, and I would love to be part of your journey.